A little while ago there was a hashtag doing the rounds on Twitter that encouraged users to share the 4 games that influenced their childhood. Here's mine. The 4 games I chose for GameStruck 4 were The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, Micro Machines, and Spy Fox. And all 4 of those have their own story to tell, and so I thought I'd tell ya. Aren't I nice? Firstly, The Sims. How could I not?
Lovable, unpredictable, programmable. It's The Sims.
This game was my childhood. The very original of the franchise still holds a real special place in my heart. It came out when I was about 5 or 6 years old. I never remember playing it on release. Every time I would go shopping and I would see one for cheap in a sale, I would instantly grab it. There was something so captivating to me as a child that I could just create my own little miniature world and control the people within it, creating these crazy, mad storylines.
When you create the characters and design the surroundings, anything's a possibility. The Sims. It's a new game every day.
I remember I once made a desert island where I stranded all my Sims and made them live in the woods. I had one game where I recreated Hogwarts, or at least what I thought was Hogwarts. I was like 10 at the time. And I also remember taking the Hicks and making them uber rich with the rosebud sheet. It was so much fun. From something as simple as the isometric view to the really cutesy little pixel art to the very basic animation style. I played this game to death and back, and I still play The Sims 4 nowadays. The legacy this thing has had is phenomenal, and I've pretty much been there the whole time. It's fantastic. Second up is Sonic the Hedgehog for the Mega Drive. Particularly Sonic 2, where you can play multiplayer with Tails.
Sonic 2 is here with blast processing, a smoking spin dash.
This was probably one of the earliest games I ever played, come to think of it. I remember spending days with my brother trying to complete this thing together. I was probably terrible at it, to be fair. I'm still pretty terrible at Sonic nowadays. But again, it was the simplicity of it all that I just loved. I would have been playing this originally around the turn of the century when the PlayStation 1 was at its peak. And so in comparison, this was a very basic game, but it was the gameplay that just won me over from the get-go. Number 3 is Spy Fox, or more generally speaking, the Humongous Entertainment games of the late 90s.
Humongous Entertainment invites kids into a world of fun and learning, where exploration, problem-solving and discovery are at their fingertips.
These were really my first introduction to point-and-click adventure games, which has gone on to be probably my favourite genre ever. I found them because they were pre-installed on our computers at primary school, and whenever we had a spare 20 minutes at the end of lesson, we were always allowed to go on and have a little bit of a play. It was basically the highlight of the day if you got the chance to play Putt-Putt or Freddy Fish or one of their other titles. There's something so charming and innocent about the Humongous titles in particular that I still love to this day. They're so simple in their execution, especially when you compare them to the likes of Monkey Island or Maniac Mansion. But at the same time, they were just so compelling as a child. The point-and-click genre as a whole is one that's really designed to draw you in and keep you captivated, and Humongous did it absolutely perfectly for kids of all ages. And last but not least, where do I start? Because I've got like 20 minutes of them here. Number 4, Micro Machines.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Micro Machines 2 is here, and there's more miniature madness as you race around tiny surfaces with your tiny car.
If you know me, then you'll know that I am a little bit obsessed with Micro Machines. I don't just have the one game, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Oh, and a couple on Game Boy. Probably like 14 games in total. I love it. It's the best. And way back when, on the Mega Drive, is where it all began for me. This game right here, Micro Machines 1 from 1993, was the very first game that I ever played, and I love it. I love it so much. It means so much to me. The simplicity of the gameplay, the addictiveness of racing amongst your friends, the cutesy miniature world that you're sucked into. Everything about this franchise I love. It's the kind of game that regardless of which version you pick up, whether it be the very latest release or one from the 90s, it's still the same. It still plays the same, it still feels the same. I still love it the same. At its core, it's just a racing game with nigh on impossible controls. Jesus Christ, the controls in Micro Machines. Don't get me started. But that's why I love it. It wouldn't be the same. If it had good controls, if it had better graphics, it just wouldn't be the same. And it was the very first game I ever played. What more could you like? And what about you, humble viewer? Which 4 games have influenced you the most? Let me know down below in the comments. And as always, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe for more, and if you want to watch more of my videos, you can click the links on screen now. K thanks, K bye.